media is pushing an agenda for women, a certain body type, a certain image. And I remember back then how I felt. It was very damaging. I felt like I needed to do tons of cardio, restrict my calories, not eat a lot, skip meals. Hi, I'm April Whitney and I'm with The Green Room. I am a certified personal trainer, a certified nutritionist, and a women's strength training specialist. And I'm also the founder of Smalletics, which is a company that helps short women, 5'4" and shorter, petite women, get really strong, lose fat, and just feel powerful in their shorter frames. There is a huge range of voices on nutrition and diet on the internet and social media. And some of it is good and some of it is bad. Some of it's coming from personal experience and stories from people, and other advice is coming from dietitians, other advice is coming from nutritionists. There's just a lot of voices and opinions on nutrition, diets. It can get really overwhelming, and I have seen in my experience a lot of women coming to me who have been dieting chronically for years, restricting calories, eating under 1,200 calories per day, even under 1,000 calories per day, which is damaging to your metabolism, your body, and also just from a mental health standpoint, really not beneficial as well. So I think it's like social media is just rife with misinformation, opinions, personal anecdotes on what you should do and how you should eat. And it's hard to kind of break through it and figure out what you should really be doing for your health and who to listen to. I'm also, I'm on TikTok. I'm 28 years old, so it's doesn't like come as easily to me, but I am familiar with sort of the diet culture on TikTok as well. I've seen a lot of videos of just people showing what they eat in a day, or how I got abs in 5 minutes, which is not possible to do in 5 minutes. It's much more of a long-term process and journey. So yeah, I definitely I've seen a lot of it. I've been in the field for many years, and it's everywhere. I guess my own experience when I was a teenager, social media wasn't as big, but I still, it was like magazines and Cosmopolitan. A lot of magazines and media is pushing an agenda for women, a certain body type, a certain image. And I remember back then how I felt. It was very damaging. I felt like I needed to do tons of cardio, restrict my calories, not eat a lot, skip meals. And now being older and knowing that that's not how it works and that's not how you achieve your goals or lose fat or get strong and healthy, I have younger women that I work with, and I don't work with really women under the age of 18 all the time, but they do DM me a lot on social media, and I can just tell that they're struggling with all of the messaging. There's so much. They'll come to me and just say, I hate my legs, or I hate my arms and I want to change it. I'm doing cardio every day and nothing's changing. And that to me is the perfect example of how social media is kind of taking us down a path that's not benefiting us as women in society. It's not benefiting our health in the long term, but it is what sells. And that's why young women are left thinking that this is like the only path that they can take to achieve their aesthetic goals, also health goals. So yeah, I think it's really damaging. I think it's tough. I think it's confusing. I think there's a lot of body image issues that result as this messaging. And yeah, I really want to help empower women to not listen to that noise and to start learning, the basic foundation of good nutrition and good, strength training, and not just have the focus be on cardio all the time and burning calories with really high intensity workouts and restricting calories in general. So, body image is not going to be fixed through, overnight. It really depends on the context. I usually send them a video message. If someone is in pain, I'm not texting them. I'm going to send them a picture of my face, whether I'm in my PJs or whatever, and say that I feel for them. First of all, it's really emotional. Second of all, it really depends. If they tell me they're struggling with something like binge eating disorder or anorexia, that's an indicator for me as a professional to encourage them to seek professional help. Sometimes I offer to help them find resources available to them in their zip code. A lot of times I'm looking at, okay, is it out of the scope of my practice? Are they safe? That's something I'm looking at. Of course, I can't always assess that in the DMs, but I'm aware and I'm thinking, their health and their safety is the most important thing first. If it's just kind of a bad body image day and we're just talking about bad body image and it's not as heavy of a conversation, you know, I send them free resources that I have that is all about mindset. I have so many videos on mindset for women about body image and just loving the body you're in, you know, losing fat sustainably and building muscle, building your metabolism over time. So I try to just reinforce the positive messaging that they can achieve their goals, that there's a healthier way to do it, that it might take some more time, but I'm here for them. I'm going to support them. I have these free resources. So I try to just be a support for them to lean on and, you know, assess like what is the extent that I can really help this person. I actually grew up as an athlete. I was a fencer, a competitive fencer for 18 years. It was a dream to go to the Olympics. I spent so much time in sports, and something that sport gave me, I was lucky enough to have experienced this, was it gave me this sense of empowerment and strength. And looking at some of my friends who I grew up alongside who didn't do sports or didn't have an outlet for feeling strong, didn't lift weights, weren't encouraged to really see their body as something that can be strong rather than just an appearance thing. This was just something that I wanted to help bring into the world. It's so important for women to see their bodies beyond appearances, to see what they're capable of, to appreciate what their body can do, to see how strong they are. There's so many reasons from a mental health perspective, and then there's so many reasons from a physical health perspective as well. In the long run, looking at, you know, just your overall health, you know, learning really good nutrition that serves you for the rest of your life and is not just a crash diet or a juice cleanse that's gonna put you in a worse place, you know, 2 or 3 weeks from now, or even years from now if you're doing it chronically. So I think from all lenses, societally, physically, physical health, mental health, in terms of raising a generation that has really good values and, you know, will pass those values down to, you know, their daughters. It's just so important for female empowerment for women to really take charge of their health, to know how their bodies work, and to feel strong and empowered in them, and not always trying to, you know, be smaller and lose weight. And I mean, it's okay if that's a goal, but it's just good for women to have education about their bodies so that we do feel empowered and we can stand strong in our bodies no matter, you know, what our goals are, really.